Hey guys, it's Chris Fix again. This video is going to be about how to spray paint your exhaust. I'm going to spray paint it black. I'm using special high heat spray paint. The most important thing is it's going to stop the rust. And I go off-roading a lot, and I go off-roading near saltwater. And also I'm around saltwater near the beach a lot. So I don't want this to rust. And this actually doesn't look too bad. I wanted to see how bad it was, so I quickly sanded it. And it's actually not too bad, but you can see it gets pretty bad back here. And I want to make sure that doesn't rust anymore. And one thing that I noticed, I can turn this, which means that my exhaust over here, right there, is probably loose, and I need to tighten it. And it's probably loose because of vibration and rust. So I want to spray paint all this before I start getting holes in my exhaust. So what you're going to need to spray paint your exhaust is, well, some high temp spray paint. You can't use any spray paint because if you use regular spray paint, it could catch fire. You need to use high temperature. Some sandpaper, I'm using 100 grit, paper towel, some water, some isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and a box. And I'll show you how we're going to use all this stuff. So I'm going to be using this as an example of how to spray paint your whole exhaust. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because that's just tedious. You just need to know like a little area and you can apply it to the whole thing. So what you're going to do, first thing you're going to do is take some 100 grit sandpaper, sand the exhaust good. Make sure you get the top, make sure you get the bottom, and even on the inside here, because we're going to spray on the edge too, so that the inside looks good at the tip. So as you can see, super clean, or getting clean now, because all this is coming off onto my hands. So now you're going to take your spray bottle of water, spray your water on there, get your paper towel, and rub it off. And see what you have to work with. This is nice and smooth. Well, actually I did a pretty good job. It's pretty smooth. Now 100 grit isn't going to get you perfectly smooth, but I mean, especially for metal, that was actually really good. So now what we want to do is use some rubbing alcohol to completely clean / dry this. So you just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on your paper towel, and this will clean it even more, as well as when alcohol evaporates very quickly, so it'll also evaporate all the water that's on here. Good. So now we're going to let that dry for about 5 minutes. So now you want to shake your spray can for over a minute with that ball bouncing around in there. You want to do this when it's 50 to 90 degrees out and below 65% humidity. That's super important. It's going to take about an hour to dry. After an hour, you could respray another coat, and then after 2 hours, you will run the engine at idle for 10 minutes, shut it off for 10 minutes, drive the car for 20 minutes, shut it off for 20 minutes, and then drive the car to operating temperature, and then shut it off and let it completely dry. And that's like how it like hardens and bakes onto here. So, spray paint now. Now that box comes in handy because I have the paint of the car up there. I don't feel like taping it off. So I'm just going to put the box in here and spray like that. Now this you could get on here pretty thick. It's not a big deal, because it's just going to bake on. Good. Now let it dry for an hour. That looks really good. And I think when it dries it'll come out even nicer. Well, it came out really nice. Really close. You get a good idea of, if you want it to get really smooth, you have to sand it really well. Mine has like little dimples in it, which is fine. It was just to prevent it from rusting. But the inside's still drying just a little bit. But the outside is pretty much dry. It's still drying up there a little bit. And I'm going to finish the rest of the exhaust. So I'll probably add another coat as well. But that's how you spray paint your exhaust. Nice and easy to do. And it comes out pretty nice, I have to say. so it protects it and makes it look good. If the video helped, give you ideas, show you how to do it, then subscribe and like the video and share it around. So you could click either video. The video to the left will take you to how to use a heat gun to turn your faded plastic trim back to black, and the video to the right is if you are trying to figure out how to fix your faded trim around your windows. So click either one. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.